Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're new here, welcome to my true crime channel where I talk about true crime cases. So today is the last case for January, so we will have a new case next month, which is my birthday month, which I'm so excited. Don't ask me how old I am because I don't even know. But if you like true crime, go ahead and subscribe and also hit that bell so you can be notified every time I upload. So this case that we're going to talk about today, it was unsolved when I researched it, but it is solved now. But I still wanted to talk about it. I still wanted, just to tell the story of the family. And yeah, so that's why I'm doing it. Next month we're going to be talking about the murders of Hollywood stars that some of y'all may not know, or like me. So yeah. So today we're going to be talking about, so go ahead and subscribe. Y'all go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to give y'all a minute. And hit that bell too while y'all at it. I'm going to give y'all a little minute. Well, guys, I have chocolate on me. Nothing new about that. But we're going to be talking about the Bennett family. And there was one survivor of this horrible crime. I will be giving a warning that it contains violence, including sexual violence. So if you are triggered to any of that, go ahead and subscribe. I will see you on Friday with my missing case children that I talk about on Friday, that I'm very, very passionate about. So let's just go ahead and start and learn about who did it and maybe why. Yeah, maybe why. So, it took 38 years for the victims of the so-called Hammer Killer to get justice, but finally Alex Christopher Wayne was held accountable in the vicious murders of 3 adults and a child. Edwin broke into the Aurora, Colorado home of Deborah Bruce Bennett in night of January 16th of 1884, attacking and killing them and their eldest daughter Melissa 8, who he also sexually assaulted. Their youngest daughter, 3-year-old Vanessa, was gravely injured. 6 days prior, Edwin had bludgeoned Patricia Smith to death in Nearly Lakewood, Colorado. Edwin was defined as a suspect in 2018 thanks to DNA testing performed while he was serving a 100-year sentence in Nevada for attacking a couple in August of 1984. In August 2021, Edwin was found guilty of embedded murder. In April 2022, the serial killer was convicted of murdering Smith. Edwin, also he believed to be responsible for January of 1984 beating and sexual assault of another woman in Aurora, Colorado. A cold case file episode about the Bennett case aired on May 13 of 2022 on E! Watch the episode, guys. I watched it and it's heartbreaking. And I watched it even while searching this case, but I still I couldn't remember it. I forgot that it was solved, okay, guys? But like I said, I still wanted to talk about it, even though I thought it was still unsolved. You know what? I go through a lot, okay, guys? I go through a lot. And I talk about so many cases. I researched so many cases. Some of these cases I just by the time I do talk about it, and some of them are solved, some of them are still unsolved. So this was one of those cases that was obviously solved. Hurley Heth, exclusive producer of Cold Case File, says, while researching the story, she realized Vanessa Bennett had an important story to tell. As the only survivor of an unspeakable crime, that she will hunt people in the Aurora community today. What strikes me about Vanessa's story is that despite all the struggles she has faced, she has also overcome some huge obstacles, says Heath. She takes responsibility for her choice she has made in her life. Despite everything, she managed to remain a very upbeat person who gets easily excited and loves to laugh. She told us that she feels compatible to share her story with others because for her, it's part of the healing process. Vanessa Bennett spoke with E! True Crime about the struggle she faced and her plan to write her life story. So this is basically this is the interview of Vanessa, and I want to read it because trust me, guys, this is amazing for everything that she's gone through and who she is today. So tell me about your life today. I'm 42. I live in Tuscany, Arizona, and I'm married to my second husband. Do you have any memories of your parents' and sister attack? The questions and then answer. That's what I'm doing. I don't remember them. I only remember Panther and solutions from the house, which makes sense because we just moved in. We only been there a month or two. I don't remember the attack. People have asked me if I wanted to do in puncture therapy. There's no side of me that I thought it may help. It definitely, but the killer who was unknown at the time. But the other side of me didn't want to bring out anything else that came along with that if I could potentially make me worse. What injury did you suffer? I have paralyzed on the left side of my body. I can't feel if I'm holding things tighter or letting go. I deal with that on a regular basis. I have mental plate in my forehead. My yacht was shattered. What is your life like growing up? As a child, I don't think I really acknowledged what happened, but I was made fun of by other kids. I grew up with my paternal grandparents. I had nausea and I was always angry. In the 8th grade, my grandma sent me to live with my aunt, and then she sent me to boarding school in high school. And that is the sad part. Like, imagine having to go to school and people know that your parents were murdered. Like, why would kids make fun of that? Like, this is not the first case that I've heard. I've heard other different cases that it does happen to kids that lose their family in a horrible way, and I don't think that's funny. I really don't. I think you should teach your kids that there is bad people in the world and that some people go through stuff, and instead of making fun of them, you should be there for them and be that safe space that they need, especially if they did lose a mom or dad or sister or brother, especially at a really, really young age. You have been open about your struggle with addiction. I smoked weed in high school. I did some drinking, but I started doing cocaine and heroin at 19. When my son was taken away from me, that hit me hard. I got pregnant at 18. I only had him 3 months, but I still felt the connection with him. I didn't know how to be a mother. Vanessa had been in treatment for addiction for several years. What other struggles have you faced? I've been homeless. I lived under a bridge with my boyfriend. We went to hospital nearly to wash our hair. I was in jail for things like shoplifting, assault, domestic violence, trespassing, and drugs possession. What were the emotional consequences of the attack and aftermath? I have borderline personality disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, bipolar disorder, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. When I was a teenager, I was a cutter and I slipped my wrist. Basically, that one, the attention disorder basically is that she would do anything and everything to get some attention, whether it was bad or good. She needed to get the attention that she wanted, and she was gonna get it one way or another. I've never heard of that, but that's amazed me how that is a thing. I did not know. Do you have relationship with your children? I met my son in 2018 for the first time as an adult. He is straight A student. It's nice to see that I created somebody in my image that portrays good things because I felt I was evil. Now he knows he can call me if he wants to. My 2 girls are with a cousin on my father's side. They won't let me see them or know where they live. Are you close to anyone in your family? I'm close to my cousin, who's like a big sister to me, and to one of my uncles. How did you feel when Edwin was finally defined in charge? I was kind of shocked. I figured that they would never catch him. I figured he was either in jail or he was dead. There's only so many roles you can go with that. Did you feel any relief? Not really. My life had already been ruined. I felt like it was catching the killer made everybody uncomfortable. It was great and it should be, but for me, the damage had already been done. How did it feel to be the Edwin's trial? When they played the tape of the 911 call my grandma made, she didn't even know the address for her son's home because we had just moved there. It was pretty freaky because I was looked at as her person who was in control. To hear her out of control was weird. I was unsettling. Seeing the pictures and the evidence, the piece of carpet, the cut out, that was hard to see. I felt when I knew the pictures of my sister were going to be next. When I did my victim impact statement, everybody was crying when I told them everything I went through. How's your life now? I am in a better place. I'm disabled. My husband is disabled too, but they won't give him disability. So we're only living at 700. We got food stamps and relatives help us. We're getting by, and I'm very resourceful. Do you want to work on your life story, right? Yes. I love writing. It releases a lot of stuff for me. With my emotions, I got I can go from 1 to 100 easily, and I can really feel between emotions when I'm doing through them on paper, and I can. Is there something about your story that you think can help others? Everybody throughout my life asked me, how could I go without my parents? For me, it's wi- it's my is my will to live. My will to live was so strong that I never gave up, especially as an adult and in a situation that do not give up. And that is the story of Vanessa and her family, and I'm so happy that she's getting the help she she needs, and I hope it can help somebody hearing her story. If y'all want to go research her story, y'all go ahead and go do that, because this is a story of a strong little girl who survived and went through a lot, who went, yeah, she made mistakes in life, but who doesn't? But she's now surviving, and she's working on herself, and being who she needs to be. And I think she realizes that this is the reason why she survived. God has a purpose for her in her life, like we all do. I will see y'all next time with the new story. Love y'all.